Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Tuesday, December 21st, 12/21/21, 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll be having a time for change call tomorrow night at 9 p.m. on this line. We won't be having a reverse aging call on Christmas Eve, but we will have a meditation call. And we won't have a reverse aging call on New Year's Eve, but we will have a meditation call. And we will have a time for change call. I will have the wrap-up call on the new technology Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. And, of course, that call will be locked. We'll do that call at 9 p.m., so we'll probably lock it at about, as everybody gets there, until about, 5 to 10 minutes after the hour, so that we can wrap that up and get everybody situated so that they can start ordering the new technology. So that's Thursday of this week at 9 p.m. Eastern. Really love the people close to you. We just never know for sure how much time they have left. You can never be 100% certain that your beloved will be with you tomorrow. So take the time today to tell them just how much you care. Don't hide your light anymore. Don't play small and make up stories why it's not so necessary right now to reveal your heart overflowing with love. When you hold back love, you're lost in an egoic game. Real love doesn't play games. It doesn't hide, manipulate, or try to control love. Real love doesn't try to teach the other lessons. Your job is to learn how to let go and give all the love you have inside today, not tomorrow or next week. You just don't know if tomorrow will come. Tell them how much you care today without expectation of getting anything back. Be vulnerable and share your deepest appreciation for this. This will heal you and heal them. It might be just a few words of simple, authentic gratitude from your heart. Just let them know sincerely what their heart and soul means to you. Your job is to go beyond fear and experience the deep vulnerability that comes with taking the risk to break free from your egoic prison every day. Because the day will definitely come when this human relationship ends and you meet the 10,000 archangels who were all behind you, cheering you on to love more every step of the way. Let your life be magical today and tell everybody how much you care. You were born with potential. You were born with goodness and trust. You were born with ideals and dreams. You were born with greatness. You were born with wings. You are not meant for crawling, so don't. You have wings. Learn to use them and fly. Rumi. Most people, seek this elusive for most financial freedom. What does financial freedom mean to each of us? Is it just about having multiple passive income streams that easily exceed all of our monthly expenses? That's the foundation of it. Yet being financially free is much more. The person who spends less time thinking about and worrying about money is more financially free, obviously, than the one who has millions in the bank, yet cannot sleep because they are so preoccupied with their treasure. Most people think that we have to make loads of money to be financially free. Yet the truth is, you just need to create a relationship with money that is emotionally liberating for you. When you work smarter, not harder, you tend to spend less and save much more each month. You work fewer hours per week and learn how to leverage your time, meaning instead of getting paid per hour for your efforts, you are paid based on resourcing other people's time and energy who are inspired by your vision and want to work with you. Financial freedom stems from abundance consciousness. This is an attitude towards the materialistic world which provides the most amount of free time, and as we know, time is always more precious than money. We want to shift paradigms from working to survive to work as a means to thrive. Abundance consciousness allows us to spend more quality time with loved ones, to enjoy being of service to others, to offer our souls true creativity to the world, and how we can express our life purpose and mission. Imagine you're on a sailboat on a 3,000-mile journey from California to Hawaii. You can easily miss your target if your rudder and sails are not pointing exactly in the right direction. If your sailboat's rudder is half of a hair width off from the very beginning, over many miles you will miss the island completely. So one of the secrets to financial freedom is just like taking this sailboat journey. If you start right now to make a few small adjustments in your thinking and actions, in a few months or years, depending on how many heart-inspired, risk-worthy actions you take, you will attain true financial freedom. Yet you must make one major internal adjustment, and that is creating an empowering, heart-opening relationship with money. Now, a lot of people, the root of all evil is money, and that is totally wrong, completely wrong. And so look at the attitude that's created. You kind of take one day of your life to sit down with yourself with a long, positive look into your financial future. Your financial freedom is worth one day of deep contemplation, right? Of course it is. So make this time a priority and plan it into your schedule now. Perhaps your mind to creatively explore an entirely new perspective about who you are, what you let go of, and what actions you took to manifest your ideal financial situation. On your big day, you will decide these 4 things. How rich do you want to be? What did you give up to manifest this wealth? How much money are you earning each month? What are your monthly expenses? On this special financial dreaming day, you will receive a magic money genie that will grant you any financial dream you desire. Anything you want. Do not entertain any limitations. Don't even think about it. Just ask your genie for that financial situation that brings you joy and happiness, does not stress you in any way. Yet also the specific details about what action steps you took to manifest it. This financial dreaming day is about getting in touch with your life mission as to why you are here on earth. Find out what makes your heart sing the loudest, and then go out and do this thing. Gift your inspiration out into the world. This financial shift is consciousness, is more of a spiritual journey in many ways, and it will take 100% intention and commitment. Yet it will become one of the greatest adventures of your life, and it will be more enjoyable than you think. If you wish to naturally think positive about the future, you will need to reframe your entire emotional state so that your brain naturally initiates a positive thought process all on its own. This shift begins from within you, right here, right now, with the decision to do whatever it takes to think and feel positive. It's all about letting go of those thoughts that do not feel good and welcoming the thoughts that truly do. The more challenging our financial situation is, the more determination, courage, and willpower we'll discover is hidden within us. On a deep level, the reason that we are not financially free now is that we've not yet discovered how to access this courage inside of us. If we are all ready to start the process of becoming truly financial free, something that you should do, something very radical. Follow this little exercise, and it will instigate a complete transformation within you. After you've defined what your ideal financial future is going to be, the next step is how you implement the frequency and consciousness of that vision into your morning routine. Some people's secret is to ignite the feelings of abundance consciousness, growing the feelings and sensations of abundance inside your body within the first 15 minutes after you wake up. Commit to doing this one thing below, increasing your financial frequency every morning. You can try it. It's a choice. For 21 days in a row, and amazing things are going to show up for you. Each morning, start focusing intensely and deeply on the most positive feelings of unstoppable joy, love, and freedom that you can fathom. Do this especially on those mornings when you've stayed up too late, haven't gotten enough sleep, and feel rotten. Focus and feel this state growing inside you for at least 3 minutes. This is an exercise that is not hard to do. In fact, is completely enjoyable. Just relax and imagine most beautiful outcomes in your future that make you actually smile. This is all you need to do to begin creating the abundant foundation inside your being that will ignite a momentum that will carry you into the following morning. To ignite the next level of your manifestation vibration, you'll need to get your body physically involved. Now, some things that you might find that work miracles is this. Physically jump up and down into the air and actually yell out loud or in your head with total excitement that massive abundance is here now. Now, a lot of people think this is silly, so you fake it until you make it. Pretend you just received exactly what you want and let your heart soak into these positive feelings for another 3 minutes. Jump up and down as long as you can handle it. The more you get into this magical exercise, the more you will shift your financial frequency this week. And there's a key to this. Remember, attachments and expectations can ruin it. Imagine you're living your soul's life purpose and mission. Imagine you are constantly inspired and motivated and super excited about this life. Do this practice every morning. If you want to unleash the greatest divine abundance inside you, imagine that you just won the biggest Powerball jackpot the world has ever had last night. Yes, it's true. Get out of bed, jump up and down, and because you received more money than you'll ever need in this lifetime. And we're talking about transfer of wealth to the planet. When you get into the feeling that it just happened, and it feels emotionally real for you, you will begin awakening those positive neuropeptides in your brain, which open the emotional door to feeling and becoming financially free in the real world. The second and perhaps most important step in awakening this abundant financial state in your body is to open your heart to taking inspired actions every single day throughout your week. Do only what really makes you feel light, free, and excited about your life, and then let go of any attachment to results you think you're going to have for these actions. The more people you can help create what they want in the world, the more you'll manifest on what you want, because you're helping yourself, because we're all part of each other. All the gods that we are in these bodies are part of each other. We're one. So when you do this for others, you are doing it for you without expectations or attachments. If you can be of true service to the world with the true gifts that you enjoy giving every day, You will never, ever have to worry about money. If you can be true of service to the world with the true gifts that you enjoy giving every day, you will never have to worry ever about money. This universe will reward you, each of us, for our actions and work. All we have to do, or choose to do, is to not drop back into those old poverty feelings and thoughts as they make you greedy, possessive, and cause you to believe you are not a magical manifesting God being. Every great work, every great accomplishment has been brought into manifestation through holding to the vision. And often just before the big achievement comes apparent failure and discouragement. Okay? Every great work, every great accomplishment has been brought into manifestation through holding to the vision. And often just before the big achievement comes apparent failure and discouragement. Florence Scovel Shin. We are individual beings. Yet, we are trapped into the power and intelligence of the entire universe. We are way more powerful than we know. Our beliefs are what create our lives. We've just been manifesting financial stuckness because we kept thinking that was what we were experiencing, and thus that's what we manifested. Our thoughts always show up in our lives, especially when there is a deep emotion behind them. Start visualizing your life as a financially abundant and in perfect harmony with the past. As you change your inner world, this energy sparks, reflect, and eventually manifest into your outer world. You are interconnected to the whole in more ways than you can intellectually understand. You may say that you don't have a choice in how you are responding to your outer financial crisis. Yet in truth, you do. Every moment, you have the choice as to what you want to flow your energy, intention, and attention towards. Buying into the panic and fear only intensifies the feeling of negativity back into your system and worsens your financial frequency. According to the great law of attraction, we know this, emphatically so, that like attracts like. An abundant economic situation begins with the idea that it is possible and probable if you continue to focus in this positive direction. Don't make money an issue bigger than you or your life. Money is just energy, electrons, in some computer somewhere. It is in this empowering belief that says you are bigger than money. That you instantly step into abundance consciousness. This alone can be the sole foundation for a constant stream of infinite wealth to flow into your future. You are the creator of your life. You are creating with your every thought. Abraham Hicks. Very true. Seek always, for the answer is within. Perhaps it's not the world outside of us that is filled with negativity. Perhaps it's not the world outside of us that is filled with negativity. Yet it is the mind's limited understanding, judgment, and interpretation that is creating it. What if this negative mind was purposely negative, just so you were focused to look deeper inside yourself and eventually discover the all-powerful divine being you truly are? What if feelings of sadness, frustration, apathy, loneliness, and betrayal existed just so you could have an experience of feelings like joy, acceptance, love, appreciation, and a sense of oneness with the world? What would your life be like? What would any of our lives be like if every negative thought, feeling, and experience that we encountered only brought us into a deeper experience of appreciation and connection with this cosmic divine existence? So I invite you to explore your true self and see that the mistakes you've made along life's path were not roadblocks, but building blocks to developing life mastery. And mistakes aren't mistakes, they are experiences. Success comes easily to those who are clear about who they are, why they are, what they are doing, why they are doing what they are doing, and what they honestly want to experience in their lives. In order to gain more clarity and direction, look at what you are doing with your life. What are you doing? What are you doing? Is this what you really, really, really want to be doing? If you knew that you only had 90 days left to be alive, what would you do to help your soul evolve and also make a contribution to this planet? Please make time to look at yourself and who you truly are. You will achieve greater results in this life simply by knowing the answers to these questions, really understanding why you are here on Earth right now. Take a few moments to let the following three questions marinate in the background of your brain before continuing to read yourself. Your personal answers to these questions are a determining factor in depth and speed at which you start manifesting your dreams. When you know the answer to each of these questions, they will be very enlightening to review in 90 days from now, so you might want to write them down. If you could manifest anything in the next 90 days, what would it be? On a scale from 1% to 100%, how committed are you to manifesting this in 90 days? What is really stopping you from manifesting this desire, and how are you going to overcome it? If you feel hesitant or afraid to look inside yourself, relax. Many people think that they will discover something terrible, flawed, or disgusting, and this thought sends them running in panic in the opposite direction. The truth is that when you slow down and take the time to look at what is inside your heart, all you will find is something amazingly pure, sacred, and divine. By doing this self-inquiry and life purpose investigation, you are creating more clarity on what your life map really looks like. Discovering what is truly blocking you is often the secret to revealing what you are deeply motivated by in life. Looking inside and seeing who you are will not make your life situation any worse than it already is. It will simply heighten your consciousness and allow you to explore yourself more intimately. By knowing yourself better, you can break through any destructive behavior patterns that may try to drag you down along life's path. Knowing yourself will put you in the driver's seat, allowing you to become the divine master of your life. So are you ready to start your manifesting journey? That should be a big yes. I am totally ready. What the caterpillar calls the end of the world, the master calls a butterfly. Richard Bach. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. I'm sure that we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax the bodies we are in. And we know we're not the body, we're not the character, we're not the personality, we're not the name, we're not the status in life. We are not the belongings. We are the God within. So to relax the body, it would seem simple, wouldn't it? Letting go and surrendering. Surrendering is not giving up. And surrendering is not losing anything. Surrendering is just saying, I surrender to what is. And that's when you let go. See, because we get attached to things. We even get attached to things that are just rank because we get in such a habit of doing so. And so we identify this with ourselves. And understand, we are not judging ourselves. We are gentle, kind, generous, and humble with ourselves, and we are always in deep gratitude. So we understand is that, okay, so the body's a magnet. It's a super powerful magnet. It draws in all emotions. It draws in all people's comments, all things throughout the baby body that you enter and throughout this life. It's absorbing everything and storing it in the subconscious mind. So interestingly enough, remember, 99.9% of all of that is not yours. Those are not your thoughts. But we use them as if they are. Isn't that interesting? And have you ever felt like, this doesn't seem right? When you're thinking something, right? And you go, something's not right here, something's off. It just doesn't feel right. Can't put my finger on it. You ever done that? It's because it's not your thought that you're engaged with. And this is how the body becomes so stressed out. Because imagine, all of us, we've got tens of millions of these programmed thoughts floating in front of us like clouds in the sky. And we're grabbing onto them and we're living them. We're experiencing them. Because we bring them in. We're supreme reality. We're supreme creators. So we create it into reality and we experience it. And it isn't even ours. It isn't a thought that we generate. Can you see how things can get so skewed? And why our bodies get stressed? And we're like, it's kind of like my filter's dirty. Because it's not filtering out all these thoughts that aren't mine. So to relax the body, truly, you move into the now by focusing on your breath. And the breath is all any of us have. Really true. It's the now. Because the breath moves us into the now. It is the very moment we're in. It is every breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And it's staying there. It's the challenge for the majority of us. Staying there in the now. Not straying off or anything. You're just focused and you stay in the now. And when you do that, the body will just go light as a feather. It really will. All the worries and stresses and all of the thinking with the ego mind disappear. All of that chatter that we all have disappears. We leave the mind and the ego and the subconscious mind alone. We step outside of them through our breath, focused only on the now. And that is freedom. Because when you go into that, you're not worried about, you just won't be worried about things. You won't be stressing about things. It won't be there. It's all in the ego mind. So see, when you leave the ego mind alone, you can watch them. And you don't judge, but you watch. This is how you master the ego mind. You see how they operate. You start saying to yourself, that's ego. And you'll have a feeling, right? And you'll be able to identify the feeling, not through judgment, by understanding, is that that's ego. I don't care to engage in that. That's my ego talking. Or that's my mind talking, not my heart. And you can do this all the time with yourself. It isn't difficult at all. It's with ease. And so as you do this, those things vaporize. They just vanish. Now, obviously, we all are susceptible to this, that we're in the now, right? And you just watch a cloud come by in the sky, and you latch onto it. You wander off. You wander out of the now. But the nice thing about that is that you're aware. It's not a big deal. I've wandered off into someone else's thought. And now I'm going to focus on my breath, and I'll be in the now. And that thought will be gone. And remember, every thought that is yours, you generate. You generate it through the heart mind. And the heart mind dictates to the ego mind. You see how you master? You master the ego mind through the heart mind, not vice versa. And it's practice. And you're not going to get it right every time. But eventually, you'll become very precise with it and very effective with it. So, we have memories. We all do. And we enjoy them. We visit them. We go into the past and we review things. Sometimes we'll look at the bad things and say, I won't be doing that ever again. And then we enjoy the good times that we've had in this life, and we visit them. We've got a little private library in the subconscious mind. We go in there and we read them, and we look at the pictures and everything, and then we leave. And it's interesting because you can visualize, when you visualize through your heart-mind motion picture, and you see three paths, and you see three pad circles, right? And they're beautiful. Each path the pathway is beautiful, bright emerald green grass. And then the trees canopy the path. So they form like really a canopy. And they're gold and shimmering and glittering, the bark, the leaves, the branches, everything. Now, and you notice that the left path is very, very, very used. You can tell how it's been worn down. And that's the past. And the one on the right is the future. And it, too, has been worn very, very, very much down. But the path that you're standing on, the now, looks almost brand new. Because you see, most of us don't stay in the now. We incessantly will be in the past or the future. We skip over the now. Because we don't know what the now is. Mostly that's why. And we think that we have a future and we have the past, but we don't. Really, in reality, we don't. We have the now. Now, some of us will stay so far in the past, and I don't believe that it is intentional, but to stay there so long that they end up bringing that past into a future that doesn't exist, create that future from that past, and relive that past in that future. That's why a lot of people will say, no matter what we do, we always end up here. Now, we all do go in the past, though. It's not like just those who stay there. And it's fun. But we don't stay there. Same with the future. It doesn't exist because we create the future in the now. But we'll wander in. All of us have done it. And we ask ourselves, when is this going to happen? When am I going to be healthy enough to enjoy my life? When am I going to meet the one for my lifelong romantic relationship? When am I going to have this? And when am I going to have enough money so I don't have to worry anymore? All those things, we do them quite often. When I did readings years ago, the three main things were health, money, and love. Not necessarily in that order. But those were the constants about 99% of the time. That's what people wanted to know about. And again, I look at that as external authority. Because when we go in within ourselves, we discover who and what we are. We discover that we are the God that we pray to. We discover all those things. And anything that we think is dark and gloomy and we run the other way from because we think we're going to find something horrible when we go within, that's not the case at all. That's the ego mind talking to you. you'll find something absolutely spectacular, magnificent, off the charts. So the center path now is a choice. And I give you a visualization of the choice. Which one are you going to choose? Which one are you going to practice staying with? The past, future that doesn't exist, or the now? We also look at these bodies and we say to ourselves, I know I'm not this body, but this body is very important to me because it carries me, the God, around, and I'm able to experience physical life. As long as I love the body and take care of the body, the more time I have in it. And the body's paramount. Talk with your body. Communicate. It doesn't. You know you're not the body, but it's one of your best friends. The universe is your star best friend. Body's second. Still best friend. And we view things from an external perspective rather than from an internal perspective. And when we view, we don't judge. So in these bodies, we'll notice that there are 7 lights, all different colors, really deep and vibrant lights, nothing like on this planet. And they name them chakras, and the definition of chakra is wheel. And so they're wheels of light. They're spiritual etheric energy. We, the gods we are in these bodies, are spiritual etheric energy. So we flow through them. We flow through these bodies. There isn't one part of these bodies that we are not highly knowledgeable about, right down to the quantum quark. We know every organ, every structure, every molecule, everything. You imagine how valuable it is that when this civilization discovers on its own and its own choice of choosing that it is the God in the body, that it, without even a question, a blink of the eye, heal the body. People heal the body on this planet now, but it takes them quite a long time to do it. Instead of just blinking the eye, so to speak, and the body is healed. How do you think Christ did it? He communicated with the God within each of those people's bodies so that the God healed the body. Now, we also know that this is important because we're consciously aware, and a lot of people don't even know what that means. You kind of take it for granted, unfortunately, that, well, they know what that means. No. Consciously aware means that you know that the God within you, the God that you are in that body, is of and from the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude, love, peace, endless, eternal. Now, being consciously aware, we know that the soul, the God that we are in the body, we're not the body. And we know that the soul powers the body so that the body can breathe, sustain itself, to hold us, the gods within it, so that we can experience physical life. So we also know that we are heaven on earth. Heaven isn't a place. Heaven is you, all of us, the gods that we are. So every step we take, we are heaven on earth creating paradise. And we know this. I am creating paradise every step I take. And let that, feel that within the heart-mind. Not only that, I'm shining my light 360 degrees, 24/7, throughout infinity, which means that you are never not shining the love that you are on everything around you. That's literal. So when you walk the earth as heaven on earth, and you're creating paradise, you're also shining your love, light, everywhere, blasting everything, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe, never ending. How do you think, as each of us begin to awaken and discover who and what we are to a certain extent, that the vibrational frequencies of the planet, ourselves, and everything else keeps increasing? The total liberation of the planet. And it is a decision of the collective consciousness of this planet that that's happening. And that's major. It's massive. And the collective consciousness of this planet is part of the collective consciousness of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Because we're all one. Everything is. This is the power that we truly are. To believe that you're not powerful is a lie. So if you were to look at this planet, take a starship far enough out where you saw it from afar and it glowed. Oh, it's got 8 billion gods, so it should glow. Even the ones that are unconscious. And you looked at all the lights around it throughout the universe, you would notice that it would be like a candle, candles in the dark, dim compared to it. And this is the love that we are that shines so bright. Now we communicate, whether you realize it or not, with all of the consciously aware gods throughout existence. You ever experience something where you generated a thought and the thought expanded and it seemed to transform itself as if you were communicating with a part of yourself where you felt comforted? This is communicating with another God that is part of the God that you are. And we do this all the time. We just aren't cognitively aware. So we have the ones, the parts of us that are asleep. They will wake up in their own time. We focus on the ones that parts of us that are awake. And that's expanding every single moment. This is all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. This is the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Maitreya, Buddha, Hell, Thoth, Yah, Yeshua, all of the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. All of our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we have inhabited. All the off-worlders, all the galactics, all the celestials. Now the archangels, their civilization vibrate at a different frequency than we do. Their gods are our gods are their gods. Within. We communicate a lot with them. Not that we always know that we're communicating with them, but we do. Sometimes we're aware, other times we're not. We meet with them, we talk with them. Sometimes we marry them. We don't even know it. And they don't know it. But some do. Some of them anchor us, help us, guide us. But it's when you know it, see, when you acknowledge it, and you in the heart, mind, and the God that you are, and you say, you know, I had this conversation with this person, and I know they were an angel. Or I went off the beaten path, and I ended up going off here to this trinket shop, whatever, and there was a person there, and I know they were an angel. I was looking for help. And someone appeared and helped me. And I know they were an angel. And when you acknowledge it and you hear it, you get a vibration, a feeling, and that's bliss. And they have a major message for all of us. And they deliver it in a multitude of ways. And they have been for thousands of years, millions, billions. Isn't it absolutely glorious to be alive in these bodies, spectacular, wonderful? Because as gods, you see, we don't know this because we're so ensconced with the body. It's quite seductive for us gods. But we don't eat. We don't sleep. We don't smell. We don't taste. We don't laugh. We don't cry. Remember, we're divine perfection. We're the only thing that doesn't change, the gods that we are. Sure, we take higher steps of divine perfection, but we're the only thing that does not change. Everything else changes. It's so that we can experience. Now, they can surround any one of us at any one time. Because of their vibrational frequency, they can hold a large number in a small area. So tens of thousands, tens of millions. It's up to you. And if you'd like them to, ask them. They'll be there in a blink of the eye. And you will feel bliss, which is your natural state of being. All of our natural states of being. Now, all the light energy beings on this planet, on it and above and below it, there's only a small group. Because of the eyes that we have with these bodies, we only see 1% of what is. So all the shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations, we don't see them. We don't see the ultraviolet light spectrum and the infrared spectrum with these eyes. And the other dimensional frequency variances. But the ones that we do have, parts of them, we interact with them on a daily basis, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur. Ask yourself, it's pretty self-explanatory. Could these bodies that we're in survive if they did not have air? No. We would have to leave them. What about water? Nope, we'd have to leave them. What if there was no earth? We would have to leave them. You see the intimate interaction that we have with the magics, with the elementals. Now the off-worlders, galactics and celestials, we're only familiar with a small group of them. Over 1,000 species travel through the solar system every day. And trillions throughout the universes every day. This small group, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the feline, the Zeta Reticuli, the Anunnaki, Nords, Greys, Draco, Reptilian, Golden Pyramid Avian. This particular group has been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And we are all one. No matter what physical body the gods that we are inhabit, we are still one, and we always will be. The ascended masters, they have mastered physical. They have ascended into physical, mastered it. They have ascended out of physical, hold pure consciousness, God form. We have ascended into physical. We are mastering physical, and we are creating our experiences to perfect our creation. And the gathering for the liberation of this planet is in the googolplexes. One googolplex fills this entire universe with not even 1 square inch of sacred space to spare. And these are trillions of googolplexes. So obviously, they're extended in all sacredness of space, all focused on this planet's liberation, which is well underway and cannot be stopped ever. And we are one, and we're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we are all one. And we're all God, and we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We begin to ascend. We form a circle of light at the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya. This light, you can see it. It's flaming, brilliant white. No white that you've ever seen before. And it's flaming and electrifying. But it's a very powerful way, but a non-destructive. And this circle of light is so bright that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take 1 billion trillion suns to even come close to its brightness. And it is at the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love. And it is flooding this planet, head to toe, inside and out. All life, the highest spring valley in the universe, throughout infinity. Unending. And as we continue to ascend, we're immediately met with this massive ocean of glitter. And the best way to describe it through our heart, minds, motion pictures is that we have this wonderful, this grand finale fireworks display that we've never seen before. Nothing close to it. And then this laser light show, never seen before, nothing close to it. And then this ballroom globe, mirror globe, that we see in ballrooms, slowly turning, reflecting all kinds of lights everywhere. Except this one is 1 trillion times larger and 1 trillion times more intense. And you combine them all, and this is what we see through our heart, minds, motion pictures. It's absolutely spectacular. And we are curious, so we go to the reflective points, and we notice these tiny microscopic, perfectly etched mirrors. We enter them, and we enter this massive association of all of us learning and teaching and learning, either students or teachers or students, or both, from each other, with each other. Remember, the tree is not life. The God within the tree is life. The God gives the tree life. It's the same with everything. We look at the vessel as the life. And in actuality, the God gives the vessel life so that we can learn. Do we enter physical form to not learn? No, we enter physical form to experience it and to learn. That's why we're always teaching each other and learning from each other. We've just gotten so tied up in the physical material world that we forgot. All the things that we could have learned, we're learning now. Because we just didn't pay attention to the most brilliant, fantastic, stupendous this thing called life. It's all around us. It's everywhere. And if we choose to look, we will learn. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet blue purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. Then we're met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that from head to toe, inside and out, we are protected always. Throughout eternity. Always protected. No attachments, no demon possessions, no lower dark matter, survival matter, frequency infiltration. Period. The lower frequencies can't sustain themselves around us. They vaporize, so they run. They stay away. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough, whether consciously or unconsciously, through hatred, greed, anger, fear, envy, revenge, hurriedness, stress, dishonesty, manipulation. We could go on for hours. You will create a breach in your white fire armor. Enough so to allow lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Then you'll have opportunity for demon possession, attachment, all kinds of lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies in your life. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a double column of light. The first part of this column is the purple transmuting flame. We created this part of the column to remind us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, send them to pure consciousness, and they are gone permanently. The other part of the column is the violet ray. We created this part of the column to remind us all that we can bring in the violet ray. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony of the highest high, deepest of the deepest, purest of the purest, eternal love, gratitude, peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that we created to remind all of us gods in these bodies that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the rain, the rainbows. We are the trees, the forests, the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams, the skies, the clouds, the mountains. We are everything. Everything is us. So the next time you see a sunset or a sunrise or a rainbow or a snowfall or a starry lit night sky, it's you. Always has been. You're the divineness. You're the beauty. You're the perfection. You're the majesty. It's always been. Forever, beyond, and ever. So the next time you see that, that is the God that I am. See the difference. You'll feel the difference. That is not through the ego mind, through the heart mind. That is the God that I am. Everything changes when that perspective is brought in our natural state of being. We continue to ascend above the planet, and some of us decide to step out of our physical form and hover effortlessly above it if we're carrying physical form. And it's fun, and we do it because we can. We're immediately met with this massive crystalline light tower. We created this tower. It's larger than this solar system and beyond. In the center of the column, we see this oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is a golden white bowl of light. It is surrounded by numerous multicolored rings of light. They almost seem that they never end. And they've created this massive, super bright white, cloudy mist. You can see it sparkling, and you can see arcs of energy, like little pieces of lightning. And it really absorbs into us, into our heart center. It is like a warm embrace that never ends. The golden white bowl of light is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love. Then comes gratitude, peace, well-being, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, tranquility, benevolence, great prosperity, great abundance. And we discover that all of it is a reflection of the gods that we are within these bodies. At the top, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, infinity, as it's doing right now, flooding all of us. All life, the highest supreme value in the universes. And what is it? It's the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. And we're all drops of this ocean. And we all hold the essence of this ocean. The golden ocean is the drops of the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere. It's that center circle. We all created this sphere. Nearly 4 years ago, it holds over 1,700 of our meditations in perpetual motion. It's massive. These meditations don't lose their strength, dissipate, or disappear. They continue to intensify and they continue to expand. And you can be in them whenever you choose. Go to a quiet place, focus on your breath, close your eyes, get in a comfortable position, and watch. Listen, without expectation, without attachments. To experience the love that we all truly are, the gods in these bodies, is magna glorious, absolute, always and forever. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose and an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Sit quietly for 30 minutes today with the simple, soft, sweet presence of who is here now. Let yourself open up like a flower blossoming without forcing your petals to open. Naturally open yourself to life in each moment and the people that come your way today. Enjoy. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. And we will return here Wednesday, 12/22/21, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation